Continuing coverage now of the mid-air collision over the Potomac. Today, crews will continue removing the wreckage of that Black Hawk helicopter and the American Airlines regional jet from the river. You can see here they remove part of the plane's fuselage, the wing, and an engine. Now, the focus today is going to be on recovering the flight deck. It is expected to be a few more days before all of the wreckage is removed from the river. And then take a look at this new drone video coming in from the NTSB, giving us a new vantage point of the crash and being able to look almost straight down on the recovery efforts. You can see the plane there broken up in several pieces, the helicopter remnants that remain upside down in shallow water. Megan?
All right, Adam, thank you. And we know more than 300 first responders have been taking part in this recovery effort. 2 Navy barges have been deployed to lift those heavy pieces of the wreckage. And 7 News' John Gonzalez, he's been live at Reagan National Airport all week. John, today will be critical, especially as crews work to lift up the cockpit of that American Airlines jet.
Yeah, Megan, and it's so interesting how many different resources have been brought in, from drones to jet skis. Of course, heavy cranes are now in place here on the Potomac River, and it really is a joint effort with the Army Corps of Engineers, the NTSB, and locally the DC Fire Department. Now, officials say it was a successful first day of removing the wreckage from the water yesterday. So here's what's been done so far. The first of the 2 engines has been removed. The fuselage of the American Airlines jet is now out of the water as well, and this salvage operation also has securely placed the wing on one of the 2 barges. These critical pieces of evidence now were covered up overnight until they can make their way to a transfer point at some point this morning, we are told. The obligation to make this a dignified recovery operation is the top priority for these crews. It was very careful planning before executing to move the wreckage meticulously. The remaining victims who have not been recovered are located, we are told, within the wreckage.
There is a series of iterative events that kind of inform the dive and salvage process. First, like we said, is a wide area scan that gets us down to a localized area. Once we get to that localized area and we're at the wreckage, there's a dive survey that really kind of informs the conditions at that point, and we have to understand the structure.
Now, the weather is critical today. Much of the operation will be dictated by the tidal conditions in the river. Coming up in about half an hour, we'll tell you why crews are going to have to wait until mid-morning, until after 10 o'clock this morning, to move that cockpit, to try to get the cockpit out of the water. Reporting live, John Gonzalez, 7 News.